All right, this is work attire. So, like we were talking about, we have a lot of different ways that we will dress in different situations, right? A lot of times when it comes to work, especially maybe if you're like in a corporate setting, you might have women wearing like pantsuits, just like the man, and you might be like, man, how can I still look professional and also honor the Most High with the way I'm dressed? So, here are some examples we have here. As you can see, these are different length skirts. Some of them are a little bit longer. Um, when it comes to the length of our skirts, again, we did talk about this on the first modesty presentation, but make sure that your skirt is below your knee. I tend to wear at least mid calf, just so that when I sit down, I know nothing's coming up. You're not going to be able to expose yourself. So make sure that even if your skirt doesn't have to be ankle length all the time, but make sure that it comes a few inches below your knee, just as kind of as a safeguard, okay? So with these, we got some really cool looks. The first tip that I thought of was trying to have neutral colors. So the super colorful flowery dress that you might wear to Sabbath may not look as professional. It's cute, but it may not necessarily be kind of workplace attire. So with these examples, we've got some black, we've got some white, we've got some tans, got some little patterns going on. So you might want to go towards more neutral colors. And when it comes to accessories, you're probably not going to wear the really big, like feather earrings, which are, again, they're super cute, but you kind of have to tone it down just a little bit when you're going to work. Not to say that you can't be cute, you can't be stylish, but you have to learn kind of how to navigate in the world and know how to dress in certain instances. So when it comes to work, again, kind of neutral colors. Make your accessories a little more toned down. Try to have a statement piece. You don't have to have a bunch of rings, bracelets, no head jewelry. You don't need a bunch of earrings and the works. Just try to keep a couple of just focal points. Maybe a really nice necklace, maybe really cute bracelet. Nothing that's super gaudy, but it kind of pulls it all together in a modest way. All right. Um, Next is A-line and maxi skirts. Uh, of course, you can wear different types of skirts, but I kind of put those up there just because this is what I saw in the examples that we used. So these skirts are very flowy. The shape of them is obviously modest for pretty much any body type, where it's kind of flowing out. It's kind of like a tulip shaped almost. So you want to make sure that you don't have to have 6, 7 yards of fabric following behind you, but you want to have some space and it's kind of flowy and it still looks really classy, right? One type of skirt that you really absolutely want to avoid, unless you're like super skinny, avoid pencil skirts, especially if you're curvy. All right, pencil skirts tend to be very tight and they're just not modest. I mean, you don't want to be accentuating your figure. You want to wear clothes that fit you properly, and there's nothing wrong with making sure that you look good and your figure looks great, cool, but don't try to accentuate and emphasize anything, right? So pencil skirts are no. I often find those to be kind of, like if I look on Pinterest and I'm like, okay, let me look up some work outfits. A lot of times I'll find those, and it seems to be the norm in the business world when someone is looking for skirts to wear for work. So again, avoid pencil skirts, all right? The next tip is trying to build a capsule wardrobe. I know Sister Ariel and I have talked about this one. She's really into that. A capsule wardrobe is where you kind of build a wardrobe that is full of, signature pieces that you're able to mix and match. So looking at this lookbook, you would have, again, neutral colors where you can kind of switch them up, and it's not like you have skirts and shirts that you can only wear together. You want to try and be able to be versatile with whatever you have, and also not have to have, clothes pouring out of the closet. You don't need to be, spending a whole ton of money to try and have a nice wardrobe. So a capsule wardrobe, and I would encourage y'all to look into this again. I'm probably going to mention Pinterest a few more times because I love it. Uh, but definitely look into the capsule wardrobe because there is just, it's a lot more versatile when you're able to find, okay, I've got this black skirt, I have this blazer. You might have a black blazer and a gray blazer. You might have some white button ups and, just some tan ones, just different pieces that you can mix and match, right? Moving on to stockings and pantyhose. This is kind of an underrated one. Um, I don't know if it's really even super popular in 2020 to wear those, but obviously you don't want to wear leggings all the time. So when it comes to work attire, these are good things to use when it comes to underwear. So be sure that you are looking at all your options for stockings and things like that. And the last one is to make sure that if your office is kind of in a cooler side of the temperature, to layer up. There's so much more that you can do, especially with when you're trying to be really stylish. Like, I love this second example where she's got like the blue chiffon material skirt. It looks like it's kind of pleated, and then she's got the light jacket on. It's really cute, and so those layers, it would look fine if she just had the white button up in the skirt, but putting that layer on with the jacket, it just kind of elevates it. So even the first one, she's got the white, so you can kind of see those cuffs on her wrist. So, it's just a little extra just for if it's extra cold at your job, but definitely layering is a really good look.